Raise a glass, let the worries slip away. Liquid lunch, we're living for today. There's Troy laughing with his gin and a grin, telling stories about where he's been. Boomer's got whiskey, he's loosening his tie, chasing dreams under a midday sky. The bartender knows us, he's mixing with flair. Every sip's a moment we're happy to share. Liquid lunch, pour it smooth, let it flow. Friends round the table where the good times grow. Raise a glass, let the worries slip away. Liquid lunch, we're living for today. The clock don't matter, we're lost in the vibe. Jazz in the air, feel the soul come alive. From martinis to bourbon, we're riding the wave. Stealing this hour, it's the freedom we crave. Sun's still shining, but we're in our zone. This bar's our shelter, our temporary home. One more round before the world calls us back. Savor the moment, keep the blues in the rack. We'll laugh and we'll toast till the afternoon fades. Memories made in these liquid escapades. Liquid lunch, pour it smooth, let it flow. Friends round the table where the good times grow. Raise a glass, let the worries slip away. Liquid lunch, we're living for today. So here's to the daylight, the drinks and the fun. Our liquid lunch, till the next one comes. With a wink and a smile, we'll be back real soon. Chasing that jazz under the high noon.
And a happy Wednesday, and WTF Wednesday at that. I'm going to do something a little bit different today. I'm going to ask you to give me a 5x5. Let me know the sound is coming through. Got a little message on my platform that it switched mics on me again, but it does show me the little flicker that it can hear me. So I want to make sure, I want to do a reality check. I want to make sure you all can hear me. And then I'll get to all my greetings. Of course, I got to wait 30 seconds for you to hear what I said, and then give you a second to chat. Okay, I see the 5x5s coming in. Thank you, my friends. Just wanted to be sure about that. Like I said, a little reality check, and I'm going to go a little out of order today because the platform dropped my first message, and I wanted to acknowledge the first message because somebody was good enough to get in here early, and that's Big Al of Big Al Presents. Can't bring up the message because it's now gone, but he saw that the stream went up last night. It was up when he got up early this morning, so he wanted to see if his message would be here. Well, it wasn't, but I did see it, so I wanted to at least acknowledge it. Thank you so much, Big Al of Big Al Presents. I will grant you the title of first for the stream. Yeah, I don't know why, what the exact rules are, whether it's platform-based or YouTube-based or what it is, doesn't matter. I thank you so much. And yes, the reason that normally I don't put up the stream until morning, and I do that as I'm setting up the new promos, updating the closing credits, stuff like that. I had to do it last night. In fact, quickly got the new promo for The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes done, so that I wouldn't have to deal with that this morning, because I did have to run an errand this morning. Didn't have time to, not that that's a WTF, but it was a little bit, this morning, so, salute. So let's get to it. FKHC 2005, also known as Tim. Welcome, welcome. He says, hail. He says, it's a WTF Wednesday of savings at Menards. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. The Tired Midnight Blogger, Curtis Selby, says, hail, Troy, and hail, Tim. And then you guys go off on a screed about rock climbing or something like that. It's between you. I don't know what you guys are talking about, but enjoy. I love when you guys chat amongst yourselves. Hail all, smash the like button, and enjoy the show, says Jonathon Conroy. Thank you so much, my friend. Good to see you. Good to see you. But Big Al is still here with us. Pour it smooth, let it flow, and don't let it stop flowing. Mark Malnikoff, WTF! Now everyone at the dilithium mines has to have an ID scanned when leaving. But we allow criminals to walk out without doing a thing. The Ferengi Mining Consortium has gone too far. Yeah, you know, I would tell my boss when your boss wants to check your ID, say, can we just say that I'm stealing from you and you can let me go? Seriously, I honestly would call any employer on that and say you are actually being more lenient with criminals than you are with your own employees. You hold your staff to a standard, and you don't care about theft. So why should I care about your rules? Like, share, subscribe, comment, and become a member. And if you were going to give a super chat of $5 or more, why not gift a membership instead and make our family grow? Thank you so much. Geek Flag with Nate knows. Yes, I am trying to reach 100 members by the end of the year. And somebody asked me, how many members do you have? How close are you getting to that 100 value? Every single stream that I do, in the description below, I list all of, well, I mean, you also see it in the closing credits. I list all the members, but that kind of goes by quickly. It's static in the description down below, and you can go and you can count up how close I'm getting to that 100. I am getting there. I am approaching it. I guess it was a smart goal because I do see it as totally feasible. Now, I thought that 2,000 subscribers was feasible, but I'm finding that one to be a little bit more challenging. I'm kind of surprised. But yes, anything you could do to help me get there would absolutely be appreciated. Like, share, subscribe, and become a member. Do it now! Duh! Or I'm releasing the flying targs. I want to see those flying targs, to be honest with you. You're doing something different today. You're not wearing any pants. I'm not saying whether I'm wearing pants or not, but I am saying that nothing has changed below the waist. I'll leave it up to you to decide what that means. Let's see here. Not meaning to put you on the spot, but are you over 80 members? I was over 80 members at the end of last month. The new month started and I dipped. I am in the 70s now. I actually don't know what my exact number is, but that's how close I am. I'm in the upper 70s. So I am pretty close. I am pretty close. Troy, YouTube is telling me that you have this stream for subscribers only. No, what it says is you can only comment if you are a subscriber. And that's, you've got to be a subscriber for 20 minutes. I'm just trying to get people that come to and participate, kind of give you the heads up that you're not subscribed if you're trying to, comment and you can't. And haven't seen Joshua V in a while. Good to see you, my friend. At least I'm assuming that's Joshua V. It says Joshua V 875. Since we can't see your names, we only see your @ because YouTube is bumfluggery. You know, I don't know. Can I borrow your bulldogger? It's probably some slang I do not know. You're in the 70s, yes. Disco will never die. Yeah, that whole, what was it, Disco? Oh, it wasn't called Disco Explosion. I can't remember what it was, but we had that whole incident here at the ballpark here in Chicago back in the 70s where everyone ran out onto the field. That was some crazy, crazy stuff. And, yep, there we go. That's actually a great idea. Yeah, exactly. I saw that and I'm like, most of y'all are subscribed, but we always tell you, double check to make sure you're subscribed. Well, you're going to double check to see if you're subscribed when you go to comment and, oh, only subscribers can comment. Then you'll go, oh, I'm not subscribed. Although I think you guys all pay very close attention to that. My subscribers and my members are a cut above the rest. You are above average. I know that about you guys. Yes, Disco Demolition Night. That's what it was called. Thank you very much. Fuzzy memory on my part. I remember when that happened. It was some real craziness that night. I remember the news about it and all the talk about it on the radio the following day. Anyway, so there we go. Disco here, disco there, disco everywhere. Yeah. Disco Demolition Night was a Major League Baseball promotion on Thursday, July 12th, 1979, at Comiskey Park in Chicago. That's absolutely right. Comiskey Park, not Comiskey Field, like a certain supposed Illinois politician come president once said. I love when you're from a state and you screw up the things you say about a state. Anyway, yeah, that was that Rick Dees who was hosting that at the time. It was kind of crazy stuff. I wasn't physically at Comiskey Park at the time. I didn't go to many ball games as a kid. I only went to a handful, usually with the Boy Scouts. I think it was only like 2 or 3. Well, I take that back. I went to one, and it was Comiskey Park, come to think of it. No, I'm sorry. It was Wrigley Field. In the 90s, with it was a business trip. So we got the skybox. Real fancy. But yeah, I could count on one hand the number of physical ball games that I've gone to. But 79 was, okay, so that was the summer of 79. Then come the Christmas of 79. That's when we got the really bad snowstorm. And that's when I was literally able to walk up the snowdrift, up the side of my garage and stand on top of the garage as my dad was shoveling, because we had a lot of people, a lot of neighbors that were having problems with the weight of the snow collapsing their roof. We didn't want that to happen. That was hosted by the legendary DJ. Oh, Steve Dahl. That's right. Steve Dahl. I met him once. I was working at a pizza place and he came in for pizza. Let's see here. Governor Cheeseburger. Yeah, exactly. and you still had to go to school during the snowstorm. As a matter of fact, yes, although there were a few days where we did have snow days. It did happen a couple of times. Oh gosh, you're bringing up the old memories. I used to watch in the mornings while I was getting ready for school Bozo's Circus. And it was during Bozo's Circus that they would read off all the schools that were closed. And you'd sit and you'd listen, eating your Cheerios, listening for your school to be called. And I was listening for St. Louis de Marillac School in LaGrange Park. Or no, in LaGrange, or was it LaGrange Park? I think it was LaGrange Park. And yay, I don't have to go to school today, which was funny because usually by the time they called it, I already had my boots on and those. Okay, so imagine Ralphie from not Ralphie, what was his brother's name? The one that couldn't put his arms down, right? From A Christmas Story. Nothing better than hearing schools closed for snow. Yeah, exactly right. You get all bundled. Now, I didn't have the full snowsuit, but I did have these overalls, that went underneath my parka. So it wasn't that I couldn't put my arms down, but my legs were like, I looked like the Liberty Bell. And I had those black slickers, the ones that clicked closed, that had the hook and click. Hated those. I'd be all, bundled up and ready to go, and then Bozo would say, St. Louis de Marillac, and I'd be like, oh my gosh, I don't have to go. Now I'm going to spend the next half hour getting out of my well, actually what I'd end up doing is going outside and playing in the snow since I was already dressed. And there's the netter of Netters Network. They are working on replacing my laptop. Sorry, I can't really chat today. That means she is on her phone, and it took her, a while just to use her thumbs just to get that message out. But I super appreciate it, my dear. I love you too. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you in a couple of hours. Remind me to share the time my cousin got us tossed out of Bozo's Circus because he used the F word and freaked out at Bozo. Well, my goodness. Yeah, I will have to hear about that. That's a wasted opportunity. I had my name in, to be in the drawing, not for the grand prize game, but to get tickets to the taping, well, the recording or whatever you'd call it of the Bozo show. It was broadcast live, so it wasn't a recording, but you know what I mean. To go to Bozo show. From the day I was born, my mom submitted my name, and never, and years later, come to find out, yeah, you really needed to know somebody in order to get in. So I'm like, well, there you go. That's kind of the way everything works in Chicago. Randy was the one who couldn't put his arms down. That's right. But there you go. So I didn't have a lot of WTF today other than, weather. I did see somebody sent me an article that I was checking out. They were talking about the climate change grift. Now, that's not me making a statement about climate change. I am not taking a stance on the reality or lack thereof of climate change, okay? Just saying that for the record. But there is absolutely, unquestionably, a lot of grifters out there that are collecting money as though throwing money at the problem is going to do it. You're going to change global weather by giving money to somebody somehow, but people buy into it because you have this almost cult-like mentality. Give money to the government, everything gets fixed, right? So I've decided that today, yesterday was the International Day of Giving or whatever. If you want to, give a gifted membership to somebody today. Any revenue that comes from the gifted membership will go to the Pacelli Climate Change Fund. 100% of those proceeds will go to the Pacelli Climate Change Fund. And by that, what I mean is it will pay for our heating this winter. Just throwing that out there. But, salute to climate change, right? Yeah, I have yet to see any they talk about global temperatures changing and water levels rising and all that stuff. But the Pacelli Climate Change Fund, PCCF, I like that. Psst, psst. But I have yet to hear of a single actual species of animal that has gone extinct specifically because of man-made climate change. They say all this climate change is all because of human impact on the world. And I'm not going to dispute that. What I am going to say is the only way to stop that is to eliminate all humanity on the planet. You wipe out humanity and we will stop having an impact on the world, because guess what? All organisms have an impact on the world, right? Even the butterfly effect, right? Every organism has an impact on the world. It just is, So, reality. And we have a right to it, right? We have as much right to exist as any other creatures in the world. That's kind of how nature works, So deal with it. Mother Nature doesn't really have a problem with it. I don't know why a certain segment of the human population does. But anyway, that's a little minor WTF. Let's get to this other one. I'm not going to dig into this one too far, but I do want to open up a discussion a little bit. Let me go to the shared screen, which unfortunately I'm not sharing just yet. So let me get there. Share, add to screen. There we go. This one's from That Park Place. AI New Hope? How fan-made AI Star Wars clips are outshining Hollywood. Now, like I said, I'm not going to get into this whole article, specifically because, well, I'll tell you in just a moment. For those of you who follow entertainment news religiously, nothing in this article should surprise you. For those of you who, like me, had only really heard about AI in movies as a sort of nebulous someday in the future concept. Holy guacamole, the future is now. Almost. Well, if you are scrolling through YouTube for Star Wars content, you will come across. Well, actually, if your feed is anything like mine, I get all kinds of sci-fi stories, some better than others, that are AI generated. The artwork is AI generated. Some of it's just terrible. Every now and again, I'll hear a good story. But every now and again, I will get a piece of AI Star Wars. And sometimes it's not AI voice. It is an actual narrator, so someone actually wrote this thing. But they create the artwork for it using AI. I saw one the other day. It was actually a short, a very, very short, like TikTok-y type short. And it was Qui-Gon Jinn and Sir Alec Guinness's iteration of Obi-Wan Kenobi talking in Obi-Wan's hut on Tatooine about Luke. And then it's interspersed with some footage of Luke in his T-16 Skyhopper, but it's a de-aged Mark Hamill. And I got to tell you, it looked really good. I want to go back to this one's Anakin Skywalker and Luke Skywalker made with AI YouTube Skywalker stories. I'm assuming that's the name of a channel or something like that. And I'm looking at the artwork here. Okay, so AI generated, right? That Luke Skywalker looks better than the Luke Skywalker that they did for The Mandalorian. It does. And that was supposedly some of the highest paid Hollywood CG artists. Either that or they just overspent on, interns. Same thing I'm going to say about that Anakin. He looks much, much better as a de-aged Hayden Christensen than what we got from Ahsoka. I don't know anything about this particular piece, this story, what it's about. Looks like it must involve some kind of time travel or something. I don't know. But I really am impressed with this. To the point that there's a series, I think it's the name of the page, I think it's like Darth Angelus or something like that. They're doing an animated feature of the Heir to the Empire. And I'm, kind of watching through it, kind of enjoying it. But it's, it's that kind of animation that you would expect from like, the way it should have ended and stuff like that, kind of, you're not watching it for the animation, right? You're just kind of looking for a nodding visual to the story, right? But I'm looking at this going, Heir to the Empire is probably going to end up getting made very, very well by fans using AI. It's going to happen. It's absolutely going to happen. But going back, the reason I brought this up was because I wanted to look at the title. How fan-made AI Star Wars clips are outshining Hollywood. So if we talk specifically Star Wars, we're talking fan-made AI is outshining what Lucasfilm is doing. It's not a very high bar. That in and of itself, that says less about the level of fan-made AI productions, and it says way more about how bad Lucasfilm has been doing lately. Nate says, I have my own phone call. The Geek Flag Positive Aroma preservation effort. For every like you give the stream, I will fart less. Oh, for every $1 you give, I'll fart less. There you go. To quote the Desiderata, you have a right to be here, the same as the trees and the stars. Wish the climate folk would read that poem. There you go. Good point. Good afternoon to David Pensak. Welcome, my friend. I have my... Okay, so we're trying this again. I have my own preservation fund, the Geek Flag Positive Aroma Coalition. For every like this stream gets, I will fart less. There you go. Be careful making that promise. Better out than in. I would hate for you to hold in your farts and then explode. That would be bad. That would be bad. I saw one once, was drunk at the time and thought it was amazing. When I was sober, I shared it with friends. It was terrible, but not as good as I could remember. There you go. Yeah, I like the Star Trek girls. Yeah, I've seen those too. Yeah. I don't know if anybody has been watching season 5 of Stranger Things, but they did an absolutely perfect job at making a de-aged Will in the opening scene. I couldn't find any flaws with it. Okay, I'll have to check this out. I have seen good AI. Let's face it, they did a really good job with... There was one of the Terminator films. The one, the Dark Fate. The one that everyone hates, because the film itself sucked. But that abomination where they de-aged everybody turned out really, really good. So at least the effects were good. Hail, chat, sorry I'm late. I was in the middle of something. No worries. Totally understand. get where you're coming from. And what I'm going to do is we'll come back to this right after the promos, because we are at the midpoint. That gives Fluff Chick Productions a chance to get all caught up and get in here. And we'll come back in just 2.5 minutes, and we'll get back to this AI talk.
You are watching Liquid Lunch, streaming every weekday at noon Central, 1 p.m. Eastern. Let's sip together.
This week on Saturday Night at the Movies, a snobbish Wall Street commodities broker and a wily street hustler find their positions reversed as part of a bet by two callous millionaire brothers who run a brokerage house. Eddie Murphy, Dan Aykroyd, and Jamie Lee Curtis star in the 1983 capitalist Christmas classic Trading Places. Saturday at 9 Central, 10 Eastern on Big Al Presents Films with Friends.
In a world where nearly all the entertainment is remakes, reboots, and rehashes of older properties, maybe it's worth it to get some commentary from people who experienced it all when it was novel and fresh. Catch Boomer and Pacelli on Geeky Geezers every Sunday night at 8 Central, 9 Eastern.
Every Monday night is Members Night at the Movies on Last Call. Members enjoy an exclusive watch party just for them, and you can join too for as little as $1.99 a month. This week, there is a poll posted on the community tab for members to choose between 4 sort of Christmas movies: The Hand, P2, Rabid, and Wild Card. Go now and select your choice. And if you're not a member, please consider it. It really helps support what we do here at Last Call. Thanks.
This week, on Last Call Presents The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes, Colonel Barclay is found dead, and his wife is arrested for the murder, but Holmes is convinced a missing door key will reveal the true killer. Can Sherlock Holmes find the Crooked Man? We'll find out. Tuesday on Last Call Presents The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes at 9 Central, 10 Eastern.
We now return to our liquid lunch.
So, don't know if you caught that, but this AI talk, and then we go into my promos, and see what I did there? But real quick, last thing I wanted to say about this was part of the reason that I didn't get into the whole article. Again, this was just meant to be a conversation starter. This particular article is, in fact, a VIP article. Although I am a VIP member of that park place, obviously, I'm not going to share the proprietary, stuff online. That would not be right. I encourage you to go to that park place and check out membership over there, because they really are doing all the best pop culture news breakdowns, all the stuff that the mainstream media just doesn't cover, just doesn't get into, and it's actually kind of sad. But anyway, I flipped a coin and ended up picking the hand. Okay, again, I think I'm missing context on that. Sorry, I don't know what we're talking about there, Geek Flag. But then again, no one ever accused me of being the sharpest knife in the shed, right? Have you guys seen that? There was an advert where, and I don't even remember what it was for, what company, what product. But it was supposed to be like a scene out of a horror movie, and the kids are trying to get away from the bad guy, the axe murderer or whatever, and they're screaming and panicking and crying, and they're going, "We look over there. There's a car. We should run for the car and try to get away." And the crying girl goes, "No. Let's go hide behind the hanging chainsaws in the shed." Okay. and they all run off to the shed with all the chainsaws, and you see the axe murderer just kind of go, like, these people are so stupid. It's too easy. I think he was picking a film title from the vote list. Well, definitely go vote on the poll. Oh, that's right. In the poll, he said he was doing a coin flip because he didn't know any of the 4 movies. That's right. Which is perfectly fair because I had never heard of them either. I haven't seen any of those 4 movies. I specifically had to ask, what was it? Was it the one that was Rabid? There's like 4 movies called Rabid. And I'm like, which one? Turns out it was the Cronenberg film. You need to check out Neural Derp Beam. Neural Derp, Beam Me Up Fast. It's an AI parody song. Yeah, is that the one? There's a channel that does these AI songs, and it's all like Star Trek and Star Wars characters, usually like as rednecks and stuff like that. There was one, it was the original series of Star Trek as pirates, on a pirate ship or whatever, and it was the ship. It was a pirate ship, but it had the bow of the ship had this big observation deck, like it was the saucer section of the Enterprise. It was like pretty clever. I'm like, man, that looks really cool. Yeah, I got it. I got it. I understand. I count on you guys to help me figure out what's going on, because like I said, I'm not the sharpest tool in the shed. But AI is here's that spoof that you referenced there. Yeah. Oh, that I just referenced. Yes. Okay. Yeah. Check that out. Thank you very much, David Pensak. And check out that pirate ship Enterprise. I would love to see somebody do like really high quality, multiple views of that ship. That's kind of cool. It's kind of cool. But anyway, I was going to say, about AI. AI is a tool just like Photoshop. I remember when Photoshop first came on the market, and you had a bunch of these pencil and paint type artists getting all bent out of shape about it. And now they're all using it. They do their artwork, and then they scan it or photograph it or whatever, and then they go in and they touch it up when they, whatever. So many photographers use Photoshop now too. Surprise, surprise, going back to through the history of photography, artists have been touching up photographs for as long as photographs have existed. If you look at Victorian photographs, if you look at it with the same kind of critical eye that you look at digital art, and you go, oh, that's AI, that's CG, whatever, I can tell because of this, that, and the other. You can tell by looking at certain photographs from the Victorian era, like maybe the waist is like super, super thin, and when you look real close, you can see the brush marks. You can see that someone went in and touched up that picture. Thank you so much, Nate, for $2. He says, can't stay till the end. Got to get back to work. That is fair. Get back to work, and I will catch you later. Obviously, liquid lunch for the rest of the week, and then, of course, last call on Friday. We'll be talking about Christmas music videos, classic Christmas music videos, some of our favorites. And that $2 will go directly to my heating fund. But so there's nothing new under heaven. It's just a different tool that you use. And Culture Casino was talking this morning about... he tends to be a pretty positive kind of guy, and he's like, everything's going to be fine. And somebody put in a comment, how do you figure everything's going to be fine? Someone who was just being a real doomer. And he's like, because we've been here before, right? You know, where some new automation comes along and some people's jobs are impacted, or they go away, or they change. And it's happened before. It happened when the automobile was invented, you know. Before the automobile was invented, people were wondering where we were going to get enough horses for all the people that needed them to get around, because you had a spike in the population around cities, which also meant that more people needed horses for getting around. And this was resulting in a lot more horse waste in the streets. So that meant somebody had to go clean that up, and it was getting to be a challenge. It was getting to be a problem. And this was a problem they were trying to figure out how they were going to address. And within a couple of years, there was almost no horses on the streets. It was all automobiles, and they had a very different kind of pollution to deal with. They ended up with smoke, and that eventually, over the decades, led to atmospheric problems. Back in the 70s, there was acid rain. Don't know if you know about that, but it was certain emissions from the vehicles. The smog would condense in the rain, and it would kill crops, and it would cause rashes on you when it rained on you. But believe it or not, actually changing the chemical properties of our gasoline and catalytic converters and doing other things like that, you don't hear about acid rain anymore. We are capable of fixing problems. We absolutely are. So what happened to all those people that used to shoe horses and used to care for the grooms that used to care for the horses and the liveries and so forth? Well, they changed jobs. They started working on cars. They started driving cars. They started taxi services, buses, trolleys. New industries start. And so a lot of people are saying, embrace that AI. And if you are a storyteller, if you are an artist, learn all you can about AI. Don't give up what you're doing, but diversify. Find ways to use the new tools, right? I don't know about you, but I'll take a little carbon in the air over enormous piles of horse poo. The thing about the horse poo is one of logistics. What to do with it. Because in all honesty, horse poo is a good thing. Manure is one of the best fertilizers. So you cart that up and you get it out to the farms, and that's a good thing. It's just the logistics of getting it there, right? There is no real upside to the old style emissions from cars before catalytic converters. All the raw fluorocarbons going into the air, the stuff that was destroying the ozone layer and causing acid rain and stuff like that. There's no benefit to that. There is at least a benefit to manure. Most of them learned coding. There you go. That's probably the one thing I'm probably the most concerned about with AI, because what we're calling AI, really, they're large language models, and this is a kind of free form allowing computer programs to program themselves using predictive algorithms. And if you don't have good checks and balances on that, you end up with slop. You end up with crap. You end up with those pictures that have like 12 fingers and 6 toes and, 2 heads. It's all kinds of slop. I to this day, when I do AI generated art, I oftentimes have to pull it into Photoshop and manipulate it and do actual, reconstruction on it. But drive by, like, and a share from the Joe's Atmosphere. Wonderful supporter of the channel, always sharing out the streams. I thank you so much, Joe. You are absolutely good people. But yeah, and I kind of alluded to this earlier in the week. The fact that as the year's coming to an end, the tools are changing too. So Sarah and Larry and Sophia are the agency that I got them from is being bought up by Meta. So now I have to either replace them or convince them to move to another agency. So we'll see what happens. But it's getting very, very different here behind the scenes. Oh, and speaking of AI art and Joe's Atmosphere, make sure you check out Joe's Atmosphere on X. When he shares out his thumbnails, he's got motion thumbnails that are animated through AI. Really, really cool stuff that he does. I made that glass you're drinking from, bud. Are you now? That's pretty cool. Awesome. But in that case, I might be hitting you up for some more, because these are my favorite martini glasses. The stemless ones. I really, really love these. And eventually I will be making these available for sale. I will have a merch store. Netter and I have attempted merch stores a couple times and not always been happy with the resulting products. We want to make sure you guys get a good product before we go live with that. So we'll be working on that. Something else coming up in the new year. Also, always looking for recommendations from you guys. Want to hear from you. You could do it here in the chat, in the comments below, in the community tab. Let me know things that you'd like to see from this channel, things that you like that I'm doing that you'd like to see more of, things that you don't like that you'd like to see less of, or none at all. Just let me know. Worked at the Furnace Tech at Libby's Glass. Yeah, still super appreciate the artisan handmade or blown art glass. Watch those videos every now and again on YouTube of people making some really, really good glass work. And I think people have this tendency to believe that, and it's partly because of what you see in movies, they think glass is like super, super brittle. And I mean, it is. In the technical sense, it's brittle. But it's not as fragile as people think. We just watched the movie The Gods Must Be Crazy, where South African Aboriginal tribe obtains a Coke bottle. And they find it to be very useful for rolling out dough and for beating things and using it for all different kinds of tool use. And they're literally like breaking things with the glass as if it was a hammer. Because those bottles are really, really hard. They really, really are. So when you see in the movie someone gets hit over the head with a glass bottle and it shatters, don't try that in real life. That doesn't really happen. Okay? You hit someone over the head with a glass bottle, you will probably kill them. It is more likely you will cause bleeding and crack the skull than break the bottle itself. In the movies, when they do that, that's not real glass. They call that candy glass. They literally make it out of sugar. so that it shatters. And then they do a sound effect over it to make it sound like glass breaking. Yes, it was the evil thing is what he called it. The evil thing. I have to get rid of the evil thing because it was so useful to them. Everyone wanted it and they were starting to fight over it. Let's see. Yeah, Gods Must Be Crazy was a funny movie. Welcome the Horror King. Always good to see you, my friend. Thanks so much for being here. But anyway, I kind of got off on a tangent there. I was starting to talk about the videos where they're making glass items and how they put color into them and texture and all kinds of stuff. They come up with some really cool stuff. And see, you know, I blown glass, and you know, it's just, you know, but it's not just making a bubble, right? Because then once the bubble's made, then they take it and they smooth it out, they elongate it, they blow it into a mold so it takes on like a star pattern or whatever, and they do all kinds of really cool stuff. And for more solid pieces, they do have, you know, molds that they pour it into, and it looks like they're pouring honey. It's really cool stuff. Love to see that. Yeah, anyway. Yes. Wants to make sure everybody knows that he didn't want to leave you out. If he missed you, it's because you haven't been chatting in a while or you're lurking. You're hiding there. And I love it when you guys come in and say hi. Sometimes it's a surprise. You know, I'll find someone, they'll leave a comment. Thanks for stopping in. No, I've been here the whole time. Just been lurking. Ooh, I hope I didn't say anything bad about you. Which I don't think I have. I don't talk behind people's backs. I don't say anything about somebody I wouldn't say directly to their face. Annealing is the process of slowly cooling glass from its stress point, about 1006 degrees, to its stress point of around 925 degrees. Interesting. This is the best community. I think it absolutely is, and that's why I so want you to help me grow this community. Let your friends know. If they enjoy being a part of a really great community, come on over here and check it out. No obligation. Just get them to come on in and check out the show. Every afternoon for Liquid Lunch, every Friday for Last Call. This week we'll be talking, like I said, Christmas music videos, and then a week from Friday we'll have a Christmas karaoke stream. At least that's the current plan. Subject to change, but that's what I've got planned. But anyway, today is Wednesday, so I don't know of anything that's going on except if you want to check out Doomcock on Pop Culture Breakdown, go ahead and do so. I will not be on the panel myself tonight, but I oftentimes am in the chat over there. That is if I don't have a Dungeons & Dragons game tonight, which I should. We didn't have one last week for the holiday, so we should be getting back to Strahd's Castle tonight, I hope. We'll see. Once that glass was formed, it takes an average of an hour and a half to anneal it properly. Yeah, I've seen where, because of how, you know, crystallization happens and whatnot, the difference of whether you cool something quickly or cool it slowly has an impact on things like hardness and stuff like that, and whether or not you're going to end up having flaws in it or not. And sometimes you want it to cool more slowly, so you don't want to, put it in front of like a fan. Outside, you want to put it like in the workshop where it's warm and it'll cool a little bit more slowly. They do the same thing with steel and other molten formed products. Yes, so there are especially with steel. Like if you want it to become, I think it's like hard and springy. You douse it in oil or water to cool quickly, or you want it to cool more slowly to be I don't know, more malleable. I don't really remember which does what, but people that work with those absolutely do. I actually have been talking for a while, and maybe this year I will. I want to build a forge to melt down, because as you can probably guess, I have a lot of aluminum, and I want to be able to. I already make molds and do things in plaster and silicone and stuff like that, and resin. I want to apply the same techniques to aluminum, because sometimes you need something that's a little bit stronger, and I want to become a little bit more self-reliant. When you have a cheap, essentially free, speaking aluminum, highly recyclable. Of all the metals, aluminum is one of the most recyclable, almost 100% recyclable. Very, very worth it. But slower equals stronger. Gotcha. And faster is more brittle, I take it. So there you go. But there you go. Yeah, I really do want to learn more about. Not that I want to get into doing things with steel. Steel is I think beyond my. I'll do some stuff with aluminum, but I'd like to learn more about steel just because. Very interested in it, especially as I've watched movies like Highlander and stuff, and the folding of steel, for katanas and stuff like that. The adding of carbon to carbonize the steel. I'd like to learn more about that just for knowledge sake. Anyway, I'm going to wrap it up because we are getting to the end of the day, and a lot of you guys need to get back to work, and I don't want to keep you from it. Again, thank you so much for your support. Still trying to reach that 100 members, but I really do believe that we will do that in the next couple weeks before the end of the year. And so you guys take care. Have a great rest of your day, great rest of your week. Hope to see you on the next one. Stay healthy. This is the time when people are fighting all kinds of nasty bugs. So just take care of yourself. Stay warm. Stay healthy. Drink responsibly, but it doesn't have to be an adult beverage. Stay hydrated. Take care of yourselves and each other, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye-bye, guys.
Goodbye. Hope to see you again real soon.
So here's to the daylight, the drinks and the fun, our liquid lunch, till the next one comes. With a wink and a smile, we'll be back real soon, chasing that jazz under the high noon.